Hello everyone, I'm Manusha Madhvaraj and I'll be presenting the work which I did as a part of a studio, Integrated Construction Practices. I played the role of an MEPF consultant, BIM coordinator and lean champion, and for this studio we had considered a high-rise residential tower which is 33 stories and is located in Gift City, Gandhinagar, with most of the consultants being in-house. The project started on 16 January 2020 and is estimated to be completed by December 2023. Here for the studio we have limited our scope to 4th to 8th floor. The scope of work for the project considered includes core building works, finishing works, and MEPF. We consider the same but limited it to 5 floors, in which we would detail the services for the 8th floor. The slab is poured in 3 pours, and the project is currently undergoing concreting for pour 2 in 9th floor. Here I have detailed out on how the modeling for mechanical layout was done. First, the input was 2D mechanical drawing PDF as the client weren't willing to give us a 2D drawing. With that, we generated the 2D drawing by drafting it in AutoCAD. Then we linked the architectural and structural model to get the base for considering the pipe elevation heights. This was also done based on assumptions. Later, after placing the pipes, we performed a clash test to check for interference between models of different disciplines. Here it is architectural, structural and mechanical layouts. If any, we resolved the clashes and later it was re-reviewed by the BIM coordinator. Now the resolved and reviewed collaborative model of LOD 300 of structural and architectural and LOD 200 of mechanical is achieved. Later the models are further detailed to LOD 400 and another set of clash detection and resolution process is carried out and it is further reviewed by the BIM coordinator. This model is carried for taking quantity takeoff and is later passed on to the contractor for execution. Here, we'll first see the BIM Lean matrix. The main objective of this section is to understand the benefit of Lean and BIM in a project. That is, how implementing BIM would help us achieve the advantage of Lean principles in a project. Here, we have considered few functionalities and related it with the Lean principles we have implemented in our studio. Some of the interrelation are explained in the form of matrix and some in the form of pictorial. First is the visualization of form. One of the major advantage of BIM is that it lets us to visualize the construction of what the final product would look like. This enables us to figure out the possible problems or changes that could occur at a prior stage and is resolved before taking it to the site. Next is clash detection. The interference or incompatibilities between model elements of different discipline or within the same discipline are identified. This helps avoiding rework and also the cost and time involved with rework. And one of the major benefits of BIM which we analyzed is ease in information and data sharing and collaboration. Being able to work with other consultants at one platform made it easier to share data, perform various checks on models, analyze the design, etc. This way, a lot of confusions on drawings or modeling errors were avoided. And some of the platforms we use to collaborate are BIM 360, Mirobots, Google Meets, etc. Similar to these functionalities, we analyze the interaction between other BIM functionalities along with the lean principles and have summed up here. Next is model authoring, and I did for MEPF modeling. Here we have limited our scope to LOD 300 and the only input we receive from site is the 2D PDF drawings. With that, we generated the drawing file. We performed clash test twice, once with the LOD 200 model and second time with the LOD 300 model. And some of the constraints I faced through the process are summed up here. Initially, it was importing the DWG into Revit as we were left with only the PDFs. Next were absence of sleeves in structural drawing and the absence of levels for which we had to consider on assumption basis. And some of the benefits were that it was easier to change the properties of duplicated materials and the coordination helped to review the models quicker. For services quantity takeoff, we have shown only the mechanical layout. Under mechanical, there are various pipe systems like the main supply and return pipe, drain pipes, and distribution pipes. The pipes considered were classified into two systems, the hydronic supply and return, and quantity takeoff was done for the same. And the details like count, diameter, and material specification of the pipes are detailed here in the tabular form. The material we considered for HVAC insulation is phenolic foam, and we calculated the total price that would be incurred for the mechanical pipes, which sums up to rupees 48,966. Next is CBA, choosing by advantage. This helps the project team in deciding between multiple alternatives that has been considered by analyzing the qualitative and quantitative properties. Here we have done CBA analysis for formwork. We have considered three alternatives in formwork: conventional, steel, and Maven. For analyzing these alternatives, we considered few factors like cost, wastage, cycle time, load bearing capacity, etc. And based on the parameters chosen, we have prioritized them based on must and wants and have marked the alternatives accordingly. Some of the requirements that were expected to be mandatory in selecting a formwork were that it should be safe and easier to work with, and should be readily available also in terms of resources to handle them, and should be able to withstand load which is minimum 2 times of that of the formwork, and should possess considerably higher durability when compared to its cost. And here we have considered a plugin called Sophistic to calculate the formwork area. And based on the ratings, we observe that Myvan is more suitable for construction, especially due to its higher reuse, improved finished product, higher cycle time, and less wastage. As a part of quality check, we did visual check. Here we checked the model using the Revit interference check. This checks for basic intersection between model elements within a model and between two models of two different disciplines. Here in the image, we perform the check for structural model with the HVAC, and similarly we perform the check for HVAC and structural and Navis work. We observed that majority of the clashes were due to the absence of sleeves, and placing the same on structural helped resolve the problem. We quantified the cost that would incur due to redesigning and reworking, for which we considered the cost of material wastage, core cutting, and it comes out to be 62,713 rupees for rework, whereas for redesign it sums up to 1,500 rupees. So it's better to redesign rather than execute and do the rework. We explored another software for model check, that is Solibri, and one of the major benefits of Solibri is that it has its own sets of rules for different model disciplines and checks the models based on these rule sets. It also allows us to create our own rule sets to check the models, and based on the model checks in different softwares, we did a comparison among the three and felt that Solibri was more user friendly and easier to understand and analyze the errors that are present in the models. So next we tried 4D simulation on Navisworks. The process of generating the model is explained here. First we append the NWC format and import the planned schedule, and then we link the elements to the respective IDs and later input the actual schedule along with it and export the animation. One of the major drawback of Navisworks is that we cannot simulate the planned and actual simultaneously, and it needs to be done individually. On comparing it with Synchro, we infer that Synchro is more advanced and beneficial as it shows the simulation stage-wise. To summarize the studio understandings, we did a comparative study between the traditional approach and the BIM approach. For this, we considered few factors like cost, control, collaboration, variation, etc. BIM approach is clearly a benefit when implemented in a project, as the cost of construction is calculated after the drawings are completed in case of traditional, which is a time-consuming and an iterative process, whereas in BIM approach, the cost is identified immediately as and when the model is generated. The project control lies within the hands of the client and for any changes to be made in terms of traditional, whereas in BIM all the stakeholders are involved in decision making. People are working in separate silos leading to lack of coordination in the traditional approach, whereas a common platform is created for all stakeholders to work. Changes in scope or drawing is done first in 2D, then it is updated in 3D, so this is time consuming and adds up to delays in terms of traditional, whereas BIM is very flexible in terms of changes and the cost also gets updated simultaneously. Very little to no visualization due to presence of only 2D drawings in terms of traditional, whereas BIM enables us to visualize the whole process stage-wise, which makes it easier to understand the final outcome of the project. Next, to summarize the topic-wise inferences, first BIM versus lean practices helped understand how implementing BIM would help us achieve the advantages of lean principles in a project. Then model authoring includes a process for preparation of various models using Revit. The challenges faced were analyzed and accordingly the solutions were identified. It was easier to model MEPF layout due to inbuilt layout for services, which had all components predefined within it. Next is quantity takeoff. Revit quantity takeoff made it easier to calculate the quantity of different elements as the modeling elements were defined under different categories. And the quantity takeoff could be detailed based on the level of details given in the model, and it gets updated automatically in case of any design changes. Next, CBA. This helps the team in finding the optimal solution and choosing amongst the alternatives for material or process to be followed. And quality checks in various softwares at regular intervals help check for any interference or errors with respect to set of quality checklists to be performed. Next is 4D simulation. This helps visualize the stage-wise execution of project and help understand the difference between the planned and the actual schedule.